What's up, Impala J? What's up, Chris? Chris Fisher? What's up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know about where you live at, but I'm gonna tell you where I live at. I was in here in the shop, minding my own business. And I heard somebody was knocking on the door. Somebody was knocking on the door. Open it up. It was 4 ducks and a turtle. They said, man, you gotta let us in. We can't take no more of this rain. Let us in, big dog. It has rained non-stop. I'm talking non-stop. 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 The daggone bullfrogs was trying to come in, beating on the door. I mean, hey, we need a little bit of rain. I'm not going to deny that. We need rain. But we don't need it all at one time. Oh, you want to see what I'm working on? I'll show you. Y'all want to see what I've been working on? I'll tell you something else. Who likes beets? Who likes beets? Y'all like beets? I done eat every one of these beets. There was 14 beets in here, and I done ate every one of them. Now I'm drinking the juice. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I can't stand it. I thought I done eat them all. Look, there's one right there. Nom, 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 nom. Give me belly. What y'all think about that? Huh? What y'all think about that? I know, big fish, right? Look. What y'all think about these? These are for purchasing, if you would like to purchase them. I have these for purchase. I can paint them. If I paint them, it's going to cost more money. Right now, I'm just cleaning up a few. What's up, everybody? What's everybody working on? All right, so check this out. See this right here? See this right here? Anybody do anything constructive today? Short and a long bed, that wheel can separate air from water. You dropped a bomb on me, baby. Oh yeah, I guarantee. What's up, Tulu? I guarantee it, TJ. It has rained non-stop. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. Supposed to rain tomorrow, too. I'll tell you, I'm telling you, I'm getting the sharp edges off. Hey y'all, been mixing base coat so I can stay. What's up? Hey, metal art. When you make your base coat, after you make them all, do you take them all and pour them in like in a 5-gallon bucket and mix them up and then separate them again? So like if you mix 3 gallons of base, right? If you mix 3 gallons of base and you mix the first gallon, you mix the second gallon, you mix the third gallon, do you take all 3 of those gallons and pour them into like a 5-gallon bucket, mix them up really good, and then pour them back into themselves, 1 gallon, 2 gallon, 3 gallons, so you know you have the mix made completely 100%, everything is the same? Smart man. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't do that. I had to ask. I figured you did, but I had to ask. A lot of people don't do that. 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 A of people don't do that. Yes, sir. Drop the bomb on me, baby. Have to make sure they match. Marked as mixed. Yep, that's a piece of metal. That looks like a tortilla. No, it looks like a, yep. Drop the bomb on me, baby. That's a grown one right there. That's a grown one. All right, let me show you what else I did. Let me show you. I did a lot of stuff today, but let me show you something else. All right. Look, I took some rebar and welded them on as angle. And put my grinding rocks, my cut off, my skill saw blades. Put my flapper disc. I put my cut off with, look at this. Anybody know what that is? That is a valve out of a 400EX. It worked out great. It worked out great for my little cutoff wheels. Worked off great. Now, same thing up here. I put another valve up there. These are the these are the ones that thread on, right? So I want to show y'all something. Check this out. I'm gonna show you. Y'all just hang tight. Let me show you something. Check this out. I want y'all to look at the difference. Well, damn, Jay, show it to us. Show us. I want to show y'all something. So Harbor Freight has some different sanding wheels, right? And I want to show y'all the difference in these wheels. All right, y'all ready? All right, so check this out. All right, so check this out. All right, so check this out. This is a normal flapping disc. This is 4.5. All right, this is 4.5. That light's killing me. God damn, got lights everywhere. All right. So this is a Warrior flapper disc, right? Get it at Harbor Freight. It's 4.5 inches. It's a 7/8 arbor. It's 120 grit, all right? Okay, that's that, all right? You see that one, right? See how thick that is? See how thick that is? That is actually about 3/16 thick, okay? That's 3/16. All right? Now, here is their other, these are the Hercules. Look. Look at the difference. Look at the difference already, okay? Look at the difference already, all right? This one here is about 5/8 thick. Oh, I ain't done, Metal Art. I ain't done. These are the Warriors, right? Well, right down past the Warriors, you have these Hercules. Same 4.5, 7/8 arbor, all right? Okay? Now, these are threaded, so you don't have to, you just put them right on, right? I'll show you. So these are like $4.99. These are like $6.99 if you're not a club member. If you're a club member, you can get these son of guns for like $3.99 sometimes. And sometimes you can get them for $2.99, right? Yeah. This, all right, so that's that. Now, are y'all ready? Look at this one. Look at that one. Look, it's radiused. It's got, all right, now look now. See that? It stops, right? See that? It stops. Look at that one. She's a wrapper. She's a reach around. Reaches around. Look, it goes all the way around to the back side. That is good for if you were like, let's say you had a piece of angle. All right, well, say it's like this right here. All right, say you was grinding this right here. This would work great to radius that, or if you welded this right here and you need to go in there, you could get, right? That is too freaking cool, man. That is too freaking cool. All right, now let me show you. So these are Diablos. So, hold on a second. Let me set this camera back down. All right, so these are Hercules. These are Diablos. So these are made by Diablo, and the part number is, well, you thought the part number would be on the back side of it. All right, here we go. Right there it is. These are Diablo Steel Demons grinder, flap, and polish wheels. See right there what I was telling you? See what I was telling you? Like if you was to weld in the corner, you could radius that right there. So the part number, well, I guess that's it right there. It's, I guess that's the part number. Damn, that's a long ass part number. Surely to God, that's not it. I guess so. So it's the Diablo grinding and polishing flap disc. Right there it is. So right there it is, Diablo. All right. If sick, how much is that one? I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know. Yeah, see right there where you can get into in the corners, the radius. All right, so let me show you. Yep, let me show you this right here. I don't know. Somebody'd have to look that up. I can't. I don't recall. All right. So this, make sure this thing's unplugged. It's unplugged. It's unplugged. All right, you see this? You hold that little button right there, and that's it. There's a tool that goes here, but I don't ever put the tool on it because it don't ever need to be that tight, all right? So you take that off, you take that off, and then the ones that have so you got this one, right? So that goes on there like that. And then you got two different ways, right? The bevel goes down, right? You put that on there like that. I spin it with my finger. I push the button. I put my thumb right there. It ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. Then when I need to get it off, and then all I gotta do is do that. It comes right back off, all right? So that's a 7/8 arbor, all right? That's a 7/8 arbor, all right? That's a 7/8 arbor, all right? So you put that on there like that. You put this little wheel on there. The locking ring, spin the locking ring like that. Put my hand on there. It ain't going nowhere, right? When I need to take it off, I put that on there like that. It comes right off. There's no sense in putting, for me personally, there's no sense in putting a tool on there and cinching it down, right? So this is what I was telling you about. These at Harbor Freight are threaded. So you don't need this, but don't throw it away because you'll need it. So all you got to do is put that on there like that. I can't remember if it's clockwise. Yeah, there it is. It's clockwise. Put it on there. It's on there. See, there's a locking ring. I never use it neither. I don't use that tool, but I use that tool. You're picking up what I'm laying down. So that's that. So with that being said, that's that. We're gonna put this little flapper disc on there. No, I want one that's wore out. I will tell you another little trick. Let me show you something. I'm coming. All right, check this out. I don't know why this works. I don't know why it works, but it works. I don't know why it works, but it works. I don't know why it works, but it works. I'm gonna show you something. Let me show you about the ones that's wore out metal. All right. Let me show you something. Now, we're gonna do it on the table, right? So this one right here is worn out, right? See, it's wore out. You see the table, right? You see, it's not really doing anything. It's just knocking the scale off, right? I mean, it ain't even really doing that. See, I use the worn out ones when I need to knock this scale down. Now, let me show you. I don't know why it works, but let me show you. Don't ask me why. I don't know why it works. I can't answer that question. So let me show you. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how I got here. I just got here. I just put it down in words. I don't know how I got here. I just got here. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why. Just do it. And you thank me later. Oh. I'm out of beets. I did that just for you, Impala J. See, every time you say that, Impala J, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I done that. Y'all check out these drill bits. Look at them mug suckers. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. I've had these. I've had these for a little while. I just got these. They're still 1/2-inch shank. And no, I'm not putting these in a drill and doing it by hand because I like my thumbs. So I'm cleaning these up. If somebody's interested in one of these, just let me know. I can paint them. All right, let me show you. If you want me to paint you one, I can paint you one. If you just tell me what colors or just tell me to do whatever, I can paint you one. All right, I can just do whatever. I'll give you a little update. Yeah, so I put all this stuff here, this there, that's that. Got the rebar. It has been raining cats and dogs. Like I said, everybody trying to get in. I got confirmation today that the fuel pump regulator for this thing is supposed to ship towards the end of the week. So once I get that, I can finish this. That'd be good to go. I'm back on the 68C10. I'm back on the 68C10. Man, I got 100. You got to be shitting me. I got 152 people in here, and I got 17 likes. 18. Oh yeah, Built's home. Yeah, Built's home. Yeah, Built's home. Yeah, Built let me know he was on his way home. But it's raining and raining and raining. But I'll be with Built for too long. I'll be with Built for too long. So I'm back on the 68C10. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of cleaning up. I don't know. I'm not gonna hook up the air conditioner. And the reason why I'm not hooking up the air conditioner, because the client is out of country right now, and I don't want to hook up the air conditioner and we take this whole front drive system off. So I'm not messing with it, because if we put a DX1 Pro charger on here, all this stuff's gonna change. So we're good to go on that. So I'm gonna, y'all didn't see the other tool. So I picked up another tool. I got this tube, I got this straightener. This is a brake line straightener, right? So when I buy a brake line by the rolls or a fuel line by the roll, I stick this into this. Yeah. I'm gonna make a stand to hold it, but it's supposed to clamp in a vise like that, and then you put pressure right here, and then you take the roll of tubing and you run it through this. You just keep pulling it through, and it straightens the line out. This is just a piece of old stainless I had, and it was curled up bad, and it's straightening it out. So if it'll do stainless, it'll do anything else. So this is gonna be great. This is gonna be a great little tool right there. Yeah, got that. Yeah, yeah, they are handy. Hey, look here, check this out. I'll let y'all look on something. Y'all see something? Y'all see that? If you know, you know. If you know, you know. So, did you buy that? Did I buy this, Ray? Did I buy this? Ray, is that what you're asking me? Yes, I acquired this yesterday. This was delivered yesterday. Yep. It is K-Tools. Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there. Yep, right there it is. Tube straightener. K-Tool International. We could have made one. Hey, you better get that concrete. Oh yeah. That was hilarious. So if y'all missed that comment, Chris was a part of that adventure. Somebody commented on the reel when this thing was all the way down in the back and the front was up. So it was sitting there like this, right? The front was jacked up and the back was down. Somebody commented and said, I don't know why you done that to that truck. I don't know exactly what they said, but Chris seen it. He's like, you ruined that truck and you think that looks good and the world is laughing at you or something. I don't know. Something of that nature. I don't know what it was. And then Chris jumped on there and said, "Stop hauling concrete in the bed of that truck," which was hilarious. Which was hilarious. I thought it was funny. I thought it was so comical. Yeah, tell me you don't know nothing about airbags or hydraulics without telling me you don't know nothing about airbags and hydraulics. Yeah. So let me show you something else I picked up. Look at these. These are Prevos. Now, I will not be putting this on no paint gun, but check this out. That's a new firewood truck. Check out these. These are Prevos high flow swivels. What do y'all think about them? Prevos. Let me show this so you can see. Right there. Prevos. Prevost. Swivels. All right. That's what these are. All right. And let me show you what they do. So these, I won't be putting these on the paint gun, but let me show you what I did do with it. So I actually put them on the end. Zipper head, you better stop talking. Yeah, I just got it setting up there. See right there? So these are high flow. These are high flow hoses. These are Prevost high flow hoses, high flow fittings, high flow ends. But I hope that won't get gummed up. You too. Yeah, so this right here, these will just be in the shop. These will not go into the paint booth. These will just be in the shop. These will not be in the paint booth. But these are swivels for in here, for tools and stuff like that. I don't really need them on the air gun, but it's actually, I mean, they rotate 365 degrees. So that's pretty cool. Zipper head, I just set the engine and transmission. I just set it in the frame. I still need to change out the oil pan. I need to take the headers off. I just picked it up and set it on there to get it out of the booth because I got some stuff I need to paint. So it's been sitting in the booth ever since I got it. So I need to clean the booth up. But that's what I got on that. And that's about it. Also, let me get back to these things over here. If anybody is interested, like I said, if anybody's interested in one of these, let me know. Turn it down. Like I said, got these. These are replicas of the World War II and World War I. So I have the large ones. Let me see. Let me get a tape measure. I'll tell you what they are. Let's see. So these here are 36 inch. So the big ones are 36. I got 24s. All right, so I got another set, and I don't even know whether, I didn't even think nothing about it. So we did 3 different sizes. So we did 36, 2 foot, and 1 foot. So I got 1 foot ones too. Chris, unfortunately, no. So, ordered a laptop for it, and the laptop never showed. Ordered the laptop through Amazon, because they told me I could just buy my own laptop. So, ordered a laptop through Amazon, and it said it was delivered, but it wasn't delivered here. So we're not going to get into all that rigmarole, but it said it was delivered, but it was not delivered here. So I had to do this claim and all this BS and blah, 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 blah. So now I have got a new laptop ordered. So they told me I could order a new laptop once the claim went through or whatever. So I might just go to like Best Buy or something and just buy one. Hold on, I got a delivery. Y'all hang tight. All right, I'm back. Small package. So that's that. So like I said, I had these drill bits, and then I got these drill bits, and then I just got these drill bits. So like I said, I don't use a drill bit 1/2 inch. That's about as high as I go with a drill. Anything else will go with a drill press or a mag-based drill, because I ain't trying to break no wrists or nothing like that. That's that. But yeah, that's where we're at on that. If anybody's interested in one of these, let me know. Send me an email or send me a text and let me know, and we'll go from that. So I have a few of these. I don't know how many I have, but I'm cleaning them up, and I thought about putting some dimple dies in them, but I think that'll just mess them up because that's not what this is for. And I'm going to I got to make some LS coil cover packs for Build on a Budget. I got to make some for Carolina Big. I got to make some for 84 Cuddy. And I got to make some for somebody else. So if somebody wants, you trying to drill for oil? No, it you just don't ever know. You just don't ever know. If somebody wants some LS coil pack covers to cover up your coil packs, send me an email or send me a text and let me know. Because tomorrow, or it might be this evening, I'm going to start cutting the metal to make, like I said, I got to make a set for Build on a Budget. I got to make a set for JT. I got to make a set for Sparrow. I got to make a set for Carolina Big. There's 2 more sets I got to make for somebody. So if you want a set, let me know in the next 24 hours, because probably what I'll do is I'll start cutting all the metal, and we'll go from there, and I'll make them. Family Outcast, send me a text, and we'll talk about it, because there's a lot of moving parts. Do you want them raw? Do you want them painted? Do you want, how do I get a hold of you? Okay, hold on a second. Right there. You got it? Or you can email me at jginnovationgarage@gmail.com. All right? All right. Ray, you just turned my phone off. So, like I said, appreciate it. If or anything else, if you like. Also, let me tell you something else. I'm also in the process of making some engine covers. Since I have OG6 here, I have a template. So, like the radiator sport cover and stuff like that, I have somebody sending me some templates, some cardboard templates. I have somebody sending me some templates for a 87 Monte Carlo. If anybody has a Buick Regal that would let me use their car as R&D, we could kind of work something out on making something. I'm trying to make some more cover panels for G bodies. This is Daniel Shaw from Norway, South Carolina, from Shaw's Custom Paint and Body. Have we met, Daniel? Have we met? Also, I changed directions. Was going to get a bead roller from Eastwood, but they said it was going to be like 4 to 6 weeks to get the bead roller. I can't wait 4 to 6 weeks. Can't wait 4 to 6 weeks. There's stuff that's going to happen in 7 weeks, and that gives me 1 week to do what I need to do, and that's just unacceptable, which I understand. So what I did was I called them. We took care of it. Everybody's good. So I called Miter Brothers, M-I-T-T. Yeah, Miter Brothers. I called them today. I talked to Ray. Talked to Ray. And actually, Miter Brothers has actually, and I mean, everything works out for a reason. So Miter Brothers, with Eastwood, you get 1 die. You got an upper die and a lower die, and it was a 1/2-inch bead die. That's all you got. You got 1 die. What's up, Troy from Sydney, Australia? So welcome to the channel. If you hit the subscribe button, if you ain't subscribed, I'd greatly appreciate it. If anybody on here is not subscribed, man, it don't cost a dime to hit that subscribe button. And we just car content, yard content, garden content, fishing content, life content. But what we don't talk about is politics. I don't give 2 rats ass about it. I do, but I have my own, and this is not what this platform is for. This is not a political platform, or anything like that. So with Eastwood's got a 36-inch throat die, bead roller. So if you got 36 inches, so if you need to do a 6-foot panel, then you can do 3 foot on this side and 3 foot on that side, and you got 6 foot. Well, that'd be great because I need to do some bead rolling for inside this bed floor on this 86 square body, floor pans and stuff like that, later on down the road. Well, Eastwood has, and actually, Eastwood has a 36-inch throat bead roller, but the problem with is it is 4 to 6 weeks out. So that tells you that it's coming on the boat, and he said they're made to order and blah, 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 and I'm like, okay, fine. Well, then the next thing is you get 1 die. You get an upper die and a lower die, and it's a 1/2-inch bead die. That's all you get. So if you want more dies, you have to buy dies. You either buy them individual, or they have a Jamie die set that you get a few dies and whatnot, whatever. Well, Metal Art Customs made a comment the other night, said you got to be careful because some dies are 1-inch shank and some dies are 3/4 shank. So if you got to be careful. Well, so that got me thinking, and then I got to looking, and Eastwood said, 4 to 6 weeks to get the machine, and I'm like, nah. So does it come with the cut? Does it come with a cut wheel too? Yeah, see, that was something else I asked, right? That was something else I asked. So you have the upper, so Eastwood's has the die, and you can't offset, Eastwood has the shafts, and you can't offset the shafts, right? So if I wanted to run something through there, and I wanted to offset the lower die from the top die, so my profile would be different, Eastwood's does not do that. So there's another thing, right? So I had inquired about Miter Brothers a long time ago and completely forgot all about it. So Miter Brothers has different types of machine packages.
So you get to going through there. So they have like a restoration pack, they got a dirt track pack, they got a hot rodders pack, they got different kits. So I called and talked to one of the representatives, which his name was Ray. Super great guy, super great guy. And I told him what I was looking at, and he says, well, I said, you have the hot rodders pack, then you got the dirt track pack, and then you have the restoration pack. And they all came with 6 dies. So they come with 6 dies, different dies, like a art die, a tipping wheel, a flange die, a hem die. It's just 6 dies that they put in the thing. So I was telling him what I was looking into doing, and he says, yeah. And I said, well, that's cool. And he's like, well, I'll just put whatever dies you want. And I was like, what? He's like, you tell me what 6 dies you want, and that's what I'll put in the kit. And I was like, but online it says you get this die, this die, this die. He's like, yeah, but if you order it online, that's what you're going to get. But if you're talking to me on the telephone and you tell me you want the hot rodders pack, and the hot rodders pack comes with the table, the restoration pack don't come with the table. And when I'm talking about the table, you know, you got the bead roller, and then you got the table where if you had your metal on there and you're running it through there, you only got that much of the die that's actually holding it. On the hot rodders pack, you have the table that's on the bead roller, so it's holding your material while you're doing it. So that's even better. That's a little bit more money, but that's even better. And I was like, okay, cool. He said, it comes with 6 dies, and these are the dies. So what they do is they took the most popular dies that get sold, and that's what they sell. But also the hot rodders bead roller has off-centered shanks, meaning that if you had a die on the top, right? If you had a die on the top and you had a die on the bottom, and them dies running together like that, you could take and offset it where, you know, not whatever the die is, you could change the die on the bottom. Say you could put a nylon die on the bottom, and you could put a tipping die on the top, and then you could adjust the pressure, and you could change the angle and the placement of the bottom die versus the top die. You can do that with the hot rodders pack. You can't do that with the rest of them because the shanks are adjustable. He said, I highly recommend doing that, since the stuff that you just told me you want to do, that would be very fundamental for you. Well, I appreciate that, Edwin. So I was like, okay, great. So if you got the top die and the bottom die, you can adjust them because you have adjustable shafts. Great. I said, okay, cool, great. So I went with the 36-inch throat, meaning it's 36-inch in working throat, adjustable roller ends, check. It comes with a stand, check. It has the stand with the bracket so you can hold the dies, check. He says, do you want wheels on the machine or you just want it solid? I said, what kind of casters are on it? And he told me, and I said, are they lock-in casters? He said, yes. Check, put the wheels on it. So we got the wheels, check. We got the stand, check. We got the holder rack to hold all the dies, check. We have the table to hold the material as you're running through the machine, check. And then he suggested 6 different die profiles to accommodate what I wanted to do. Check, 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 check. Then he says, there's one more thing. And I said, what's that? How would you like the electric motor? And I said, what do you mean? He says, do you want the electric motor laying long ways or do you want it standing up? And I said, I don't, what do you mean standing up? He says, typically the electric motor on the machine is standing this way. I said, okay. He says, we offer a free option to take the electric motor and stand it up. He says, by standing the motor up, you gain about 12 to 13 inches of space. Meaning if I was going to push it in a corner, it would be 10 or 12 inches further into the corner, which would take up less floor space because they have took the electric motor and stood it up. I said, check. He's like, what? I said, check. Who would want it laying down? Yeah, real estate is a prime commodity when you don't have a lot of it. So let's go back through it. The wheels on the cart, check. The stand, check. The bracket to hold it, check. The 6 profile dials that I need right now, check. The adjustable shafts on the end so I can change the profile and the depth of the dies, check. The table for the working space, check. With the foot pedal, check. Sign me up. Sign me up. So he told me, he says, I said, well, how long will it take for me to get it? He said, we got it all in stock and it's made here in-house, made in the USA. If you give me all your business information, you can be tax exempt. And do you need a lift gate? I said, no, I don't need a lift gate. Well, there you save some money on that. He said, but it does ship tractor trailer by FedEx. So this is what it is, blah, blah, blah. I said, great. He says, we have them in stock. He says, we can probably have it shipped out towards the end of the week. And I said, so that's hilarious. That's funny. So hopefully all that goes through, and that will be, so maybe next, so hopefully by June 6th it will be here. So we'll just put it like that. So that'll be very, 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 very good. That'll be another arsenal tools to the equipment. So that's, and then when that happens, the speaker box, been working on it. I posted some pictures, but the speaker box that's going here. So like I said, this wood is just for templates. It was cheaper to do it in wood than it was in metal. So the speaker box will be somewhere right in here, and then what I'll do is once the speaker box gets here, we'll stick the speaker box in there, and then the bed floor will actually be, it will come all the way. And I'm thinking about, since I got everything, I think we're gonna do the bed floor solid, flat, but since this is gonna be about 4 inches higher than this, I don't know, throwing some ideas around, y'all let me know what y'all think. Should I make the bed floor to come like this and then radius down to this level here and then run flat on this, and then all this stuff is gonna drop down and then go straight across. So the bed floor will be solid metal floor all the way up to right here, and then when it gets right here, radius the bed floor, start somewhere in here, radius the bed floor up, and then radius it out. I don't know, I ain't decided. But whatever we do here, it has to be serviceable, because the speaker box is going in on this side, which is waterproofed from that PDF. I don't know the exact acronym for it, but it's a polypropylene. It's a polypropylene material, so it's waterproof. So the material is actually colored. It's different colors. So you order it the way you want, like blue and white. You just tell them. So this one is like, the main color is blue, the inside color is white. So when we run the router around it to cut out all the panels will have white and blue inserts. It's hard to explain. So basically when you're cutting it out with the router, on the CNC router to cut all the panels out, it will actually be colored. So when you come up, the way I look at it, yeah, filling the whole bed in with speakers, yeah. So when you actually look into the picture window, you'll see all the speakers. There'll be 4 L7 10s in a box. So when you come up, it'll be like a picture window. So you'll look down in there and you'll see all the speakers and stuff. And then it's a blow-through box. So the blow-through box means that all the bass will be blow through that hole once I cut the hole. You see how this box is one color? And it needs to be wrapped in leather, which it will. The box in the bed will be sort of like this, But you see how this is machined into like that, the insert, you see how the inlay is like that? That inlay right there, if this was that colored material, this would be blue. And then when you milled down inside of it, it would be white. So it would be an accent color. So every time the router would hit it, it would change colors. Yeah, but it's not MDF. This is MDF, but this stuff in here is not MDF. This stuff is polypropylene plastic impregnated with different colors. So when the router hits it and machines it, it's waterproof and it's sealed. It'll be different colors. So I ordered blue and white because the truck's going blue and white. The main color is blue, and I was kind of conflicted because the main color of the truck is blue and white, but the interior is going to be orange leather. So we got to think about it. If you're in here in the truck and you drop the speaker box, you drop this down and you look up into the hole, into the speaker box, it's going to be blue and white. And then I got to think about, well, shouldn't I do it in orange? Well, if I do it in orange, if I do the inside the box orange and white, it look like a popsicle, which is fine. But then the truck is blue and white. So if you're looking at the truck and the truck's blue and white and you look into the picture window, it'll be orange, because that is the interior of the truck. And then we could put orange lights and LED, it's gonna have LEDs and all that. So I've not decided on that because I haven't bought the material yet. We just been doing the CAD drawing on the computer. So I have to come to terms on how I wanna do it. If I wanna do it where you walk up to the truck is a dark blue, a candy blue with white, with a custom white stripe down the side. You walk up, the bed floor is blue, right? The bed floor is blue, and then you look down into the box, and the box is orange and white because, or be orange, because the interior of the truck is going to be orange leather. So I ordered last night at 11 o'clock, 11 to midnight, there was a Memorial Day sale, so I ordered, well, he paid for it, ordered all of his paint. So we're going to start taking all the panels apart and start prepping everything inside, sanding all the jam stuff, and go ahead and seal everything in white sealer, and then paint everything inside, the dash, all that, and then go from there, and then we can start doing the interior. Truck probably won't be painted until the end of the year, but we're going to start stripping panels and get it all in high build 2K epoxy, and go from there. But I'd really like to have the speaker box in and the bed floor done and the truck and primer by the 3rd week of July, because the 3rd week of July is the Peach Festival, and I really would like to take this to the Peach Festival. Yes. Yeah, this truck's got switches. Yes. Yes. Yep. So that's that. But that's where we're at on that. So, anybody got any questions? Hey, and I want to say something. Something was brought to my attention, and I'm saying this at the very end. Man, we've been on here about an hour. If you are trying to build your vehicle, and I'm saying this with the utmost respect I can say, but I'm giving it to you real, okay? If you want it sugar coated, then go to Krispy Kreme and buy you a damn box of donuts, because you ain't gonna get it sugar coated here, I promise you. Let me go over here to this light. I don't understand, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I am. I probably shouldn't say this. What do you think about this square body? What do you think about this square body? What do you think about this square body? If something don't sound right, then most of the time it ain't right. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna have these. I have these for sale. I'll have these for sale. So let me say this. What's up, Elko? If something, there's a quantum theory. All right, we back. All right, we back. There is a quantum theory word that is right there, and I can see it, but I don't know exactly what it is. I can't remember. I'll have to put it in my chat. But look, sometimes if something don't sound right, it's usually not right. Okay? Hey, what's up, SS Monk? Let me brush myself off. Let me brush myself off. What's up, Elko? What's up, Wood? What's up, Impala? If something usually ain't right, it ain't right. So I feel that that I need to share this because I just hate seeing people get took advantage of. I really do. Not Murphy's Law. No, it's not Murphy's Law. It's where the word is right there and it's going to drive me crazy. I'm going to have to do a short when I find the word. The theory is when something the most if something usually is not, don't sound right, it usually is not. And I can't think of the word and it's going to drive me crazy. But this is what it is. You cannot take this drill bit You cannot take this drill bit and stick it in that hole. That drill bit will not go in that hole. Now, I know somebody's going to say, well, if you drill it out, yeah. But I'm saying you can't take a 2-inch circle and stick it in a 1-inch hole. It just don't work. It just don't work. It just don't work. You can't take a 2-inch circle, a 2-inch shaft, and stick it in a 1-inch hole. It ain't gonna happen. And when you tell people that you're gonna do this and do that, and God, Lord, help, please. God help me. God help me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I told 87SS that I wasn't going to get involved. I wasn't going to get involved. I said what I had to say. I said it. I said what I had to say. I had to say it. I said what I said. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't. You can't do it. And you sound like a complete buffoon telling it. You can't do it. You can't do it. And it makes me feel sorry. It makes me feel sorry. Makes me feel sorry. There's some people that want to be in the car game so bad that they can't stand it. And here's the problem. Here's the problem with that. That's okay, you can be in the car game. But what I will tell you this, if you knew how you sound on the other end to people that actually know what's going on, you sound like a complete buffoon. You're talking just to be talking, to be relevant. Lord, forgive me. To be relevant, to have something to say when you shouldn't say anything at all. There's people that claim that they know how to do things. They claim they know how to do things, but when it comes time to do things, you couldn't whoop your ass out of a wet sack if I tore a hole in the bottom of it. Do you know how that makes you look? You have no credibility. You have no integrity. You have none whatsoever. It makes you look like a complete buffoon. And everybody on the long bus, short bus, little van, whatever, are laughing at you, most of them. But some of us out here that really have compassion for people, we feel sorry for you because you're trying to get attention to say, hey, look what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. But you couldn't whoop your ass out of a wet sack if somebody tore a hole in the bottom of it. And that is the sad part. That is the definition of fake. If you don't know how to do something, just say, if you don't know how to do something, just say you don't know how to do it. People would respect you more if you would say, I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't got a clue. I'm not even going to even begin to say I know what I'm doing. I need help. I don't know anything about cars. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I know how to put gas in them. When the light comes on, it tells me I need gas. I know what happens when it tells me, hey, I need to change my oil. And that is okay. That is perfect. Jay, you said you wasn't going to do it. I know. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jay, they said you wouldn't. You said, I know you wasn't going to get it. I know. But it just drives me batshit crazy. Because you know what happens? This is what happens. People, they deal with so many people that don't know anything, but then when they come to people that know things, but then when they come to people that actually know things, you're upset and you're mad and you take it out on that person. You take it out on that person. Like I'm supposed to take everything. It's like relationships, right? Like I said this morning, relationship. The key word in relationship is ship. If your ship is not helping you, then you need to abandon ship. It's just like relationships. If you dating this girl or vice versa, whatever, and you've had bad relationships in the past for whatever reason, and you bring all that with you to the new relationship, all that baggage to the new relationship, and then you put it on the person that you're with, that's not fair to the person you're with because they don't know shit about what happened. They don't know nothing to happen. They don't know nothing to happen. So why take it out on the next person? So like Metal Art Customs. I'll use him because me and him talk every now and then. He runs a business. When somebody comes to him and says, hey, look, I want this. And you're like, okay, well, the last 5 shops screwed me over and I know, okay, well, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. That's not my problem that 5 other shops screwed you over or they didn't give you what you wanted or whatever. But let me give you a little news flash. There's 3 sides of the story. Your side, my side, and the truth somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle is the truth. That's why I take pictures of everything. That's why I got text messages. That's why I got screenshots. That's why I got everything. I've been saving everything because I learned in the past, you have to CYA. I have learned my lesson. So I take notes, I screenshot stuff, text messages, voicemails. I had to do this in the last 2 years, 3 years because of that same reason. I take pictures of everything. Everything. Because I say, oh, no. So it's not fair to people like myself, Metal Art, that do this for a living. We're not in our driveway. We're not in our mama's basement. We're not in our mama's garages. We're not in our best friend's backyard. We do this shit for a living. And it hurts us to see people get on YouTube or get on Google or get whatever, and they badmouth other people, other shops. I don't care. I don't judge another shop's work ethic by reviews. I just don't do it. You can give a bad review to somebody. I don't give 2 shits. Don't care. Don't care. If I want to do business with them, I'll do business with them. If people come to me and say, oh, don't do business with SS Monk, he'll screw you over. Okay, good. Okay, fine. I'm going to do business with SS Monk. Now, I just used him for an example because he popped up in the news feed. Right? I'm going to use him. I'm going to use SS Monk. Right? I'm going to use him. He's never done nothing to me. And he probably never done nothing to you. People, that's why I told people before, people blur lines. People blur lines between personal and business. Nah, Monk, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. Your name popped up, so that's the first thing. I'm sure you are. What I'm trying to say is people will throw you under the bus just as fast as they can because, see, in everything that goes on, right? Everything goes on. There's always three sides of the story. Three sides of the story. My side, your side, and the truth somewhere in the middle. You can take 10 people and have them look at an elephant. And have those 10 people come in and describe what they seen outside on that elephant. And I'm sitting here looking at the elephant. I'm looking at the elephant. I can see the elephant with my own eyes. But you can take 10 people to describe how they seen that elephant, and the son of a bitch ain't even going to look it ain't even going to be the same. By the end of the day, that son going to have polka dots on his ass. Yeah, the old whisper game. Yeah, we did back in school. That's why when somebody brings me something, if somebody brings me something and they say, well, so-and-so done my vehicle, whatever, I don't care. Do not care. Do not care. Does not mean nothing to me. Don't mean nothing to me. Don't mean nothing to me. I don't care what they did, what agreements you had. I don't care. Do not care. Read my lips. Do not care. Don't care. Because me caring what somebody else done is not going to change the problem. I wasn't there. I don't know what you and them agreed to. I don't know how much money was involved. I don't know how much money wasn't involved. I don't know. Don't know. Don't care. And somebody's like, damn, Jay, you need to be compassionate. No, I'm for real. See, like I said, if you want it sugar-coated, go to Krispy Kreme in the morning and get you some donuts. Ain't no sugar around here, and if it hurts your feelings, I'm sorry. But what else is a bad thing is when people go online and they ask people in YouTube chats how to do something, and then people give you advice, and then you go to that person's page that's giving you advice, and they have nothing car related on their page. Zero, zilch. They work in a damn cubicle selling damn car insurance. Your car insurance is expired. You mean the car I sold 30 years ago? Yeah, it's expired. We want to say your car insurance extended warranty. Okay, sure, whatever. Sure, whatever. You're taking advice from people on YouTube, social media, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram that don't even work on cars. Don't even work on cars. Don't even work on cars, period. But then you got my man like Square Body, you got Metal Art, you got some other guys on here that we actually do this shit for a living. This is how we pay our bills. And we see people struggling and going through hard times and doing this and spending hard-earned money. And we tell you, hey man, you are fucking up. That's not going to work. Well, so-and-so told me I could do this. Okay, what's so-and-so's credentials? Oh, I don't know. It's just a guy I met on YouTube. So you don't know who he is or her or him. It could be a fucking unicorn. And you still don't know. But you're going to take that person's advice over somebody that has built their business, like Square Body, has built their business. He's like, nah, bro, you can't do it like that. I'm telling you, I've done it. Well, so-and-so, well, you know what? Do what so-and-so says. And when you come back and ask me, I'm going to be pissed. See, we're not really mad. Let me take that back. Let me retract that. We're not mad. We just get frustrated because you're taking advice from everybody around that couldn't whoop their ass out of a wet sack if you tore a hole in the bottom of it. Tell me how many cars you've built. Tell me, I'll wait. Tell me. How many cars have you built? I'll wait. Oh, that's right. You ain't built none. But you're taking advice from somebody that ain't built shit. They ain't even put a damn Lego model together. You don't even know how to do this, but you're putting your money and investment in somebody that don't even know nothing, that's probably a 12-year-old boy in the mama's basement that's on there just typing, and you think that's funny because, well, so-and-so said that. You know, Google is a wonderful thing. Google is a wonderful thing. You know what else is a wonderful thing? 30 spline axle will not fit in a 28 spline axle. And I'm just waiting for that video to drop because I'm going to be sitting back eating popcorn, laughing my ass off. Because anybody would know 30 is bigger than 28. 30 is bigger than 28. 30 splines is not going to fit in a 28 spline. Yeah, I said it. If you would take the money, and it kills me, man. I am a very good person. I promise you. I'm a very good-hearted person. Most of the shit, I mean, if I could do it for free, I would. But I can't. I have to pay my bills. It just kills me. And then you get on there, and you say, well, so-and-so screwed me over, blah, blah, blah. And then we're all sitting back. We're all sitting back knowing, man, we tried to tell you, but you don't, I think it's good. I spent all this money. I've wasted all this money and this and that, whatever. And I'm just tired of getting screwed over. Well, stop listening to the stupid people. Stop listening to them. Stop listening to them. You're killing us over here. You got me over here dying over here. You're killing me. Yeah, don't worry about the man on the road. Don't worry about the man down the road. Don't worry about it. And you know what else kills me? Yes, dipperhead. You say, practice what you preach. Yep, you're right. But sooner or later, man, it just gets to the point that it's so comical. You know, the circus has clowns for a reason. And I ain't been to the circus since Ringling Ball and Brayley Circus sold out. They used to come around every year at my birthday. And I used to go when I was little, but I ain't been there. But, you know, that's the whole reason why they got circuses. It's because of clowns. You know, the clowns are there to give comical relief. And the shoe fits, wear it. And if I hurt your feelings, you know, go talk to your mom about it. You know, if you want a relationship, buy a dog. If you're scared, get in my pocket. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. And I'm probably going to lose some people on here, and that's okay. That's fine, whatever. I hadn't said nothing that was disrespectful. I ain't said nothing but the truth. I say stuff. When I worked at Petty's, they always used to look at me and say, man, I can't believe you said that. I was like, why? And the guy said, man, I wish I had the courage to say what you say. It's like, what? I mean, I was looking for a job when I got here. I can get one when I leave. I mean, so speaking the truth and telling, somebody asked me the other day, what is love? Give me the definition of love. Love is not compassionate to, oh, let me love on you. That's not what love is. Love is telling somebody the truth. Telling somebody the truth, whether it hurts their feelings or not. That's love. If I see Square Body, I'm going to use him because he sounds like a pretty solid dude. He seems like a pretty solid dude. If I seen Square Body messing up, if Square Body was messing up, I would tell him, I'd say, Square Body, I see what you're doing, but bro, you're fucking up. You need to tighten up them bootstraps. You know better to do that. That is what love is. That is what love is. I'm not talking emotional. I'm not talking about, oh, let me lay down with you. Let's do the mumbo. I'm not talking about that. That's what love is. That's right. That's right. Keep it 100. And if you can't take it 100 and you get all in your feelings, that's on you. That ain't on me. That's on you. That tells me that you are so insecure with yourself, that you can't handle constructive criticism when somebody's trying to push you in the right direction. And you know what else kills me? How in the world are these YouTubers out here that have no content? None whatsoever. None. They got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,000 subscribers. And you got me and Southern Outboy You got other people like that actually does stuff, that's actually got content. And there's a lot of other people out there that I see that are struggling, that actually got content, like Mississippi TV. Lord have mercy. Mississippi TV. Let's talk about my boy Mississippi TV. 87SS boy put me on Mississippi TV. He said, bro, you might want to go over here and check this out. This will be a breath of fresh air. I rolled on over to Mississippi TV. I checked out his stuff. First thing he's doing, putting a G-body on that beautiful chassis he's got in there. And I'm like, let me tune in. I'm like, holy shit, Batman, this looks good. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's got, yeah, Tulu, that Regal is fire. And you know what I told Mississippi TV? I commented on his stuff, and he's talking about, look at that red pearl in the paint. Look at that red pearl in the paint matching the frame. Yes. And you know what else I said? Since painting the frame, that color, that frame of that color is accenting through the wheels, and you think there's red pearl in the wheels, but there's no red pearl in the wheels. It's reflecting the prisma of the light off of the chassis through the rims. Therefore, it ties in the pearls in the paint and in the chassis, and it makes the car look like it has red pearl in the wheels. Stop, can I get an amen? Yes, sir. Whoever come up with that color combination, my hat's off to you. I appreciate that. I see shit like that. That right there, there's just enough little bit of red pearl in that leadfoot gray or soft white or subtle gray. I don't know that paint code, but I know it's in the white family. It almost looks like it's primer. Whoever came up with that color combo and done those little accent, yes, I want to shake your hand or multiple hands or whatever. I appreciate that. Yeah, real car guys see that. Here's a tidbit for you. 87SS also told me that the man just learned how to weld himself not too long ago, and all that modification to that G-body chassis, my man did it himself. I looked at it, I paused the video, I zoomed in, I look at the welds, I look at this, I said, why did he do that? He must be somebody that's learning. I didn't beat him up. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. That looks good. I like that. I like how he done that tubing that goes from left to right. I like that. I like this. I like that. You guys say give them flowers. I give them kudos. Hey man, give you an attaboy, pat you on the back. That is all. Why ask questions of why do you do these other channels, have subscribers if you don't want to answer? Yeah, if you get on YouTube and you ask a bunch of questions and you get a bunch of answers and then you don't like them and then you get mad and you pop smoke and you leave, then you shouldn't ask nobody. Hey, yeah, and something else, popping smoke, I brought that up. If you're going to smoke your stuff, hit the mute button. Let me show you how that works. You see how that works? Hit the mute button and we can't hear it. Strike, 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 strike. Then your whole demeanor changes. Your whole demeanor changes. Your whole demeanor changes. Yeah, I said it. Lord, forgive me. I said it. I said it. You can be mad if you want to. You can be mad if you want to. But to say the truth hurts. The truth hurts. The truth hurts. You can be mad at me all you want. I don't care. Pull up. Pull up on me. See what happens. Jay ain't even got started yet. I can get fired up. I can get fired up. I can get damn banana crazy. I can put more work, and that's something else. Oh man, I am venting like a son of a gun. You can't say that every man puts in the same amount of work. You can't do it. You can't do it. It's clinically impossible for you to say every man puts in the same amount of work. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. In your mind, you might think that, but that's a lie. Not every man puts in the same amount of work. Not every man puts in the same amount of effort. Not every same man's got the same heart. Ain't doing it. Ain't happening. Stop lying. Stop saying that. Stop saying it. Stop saying it. Please, Lord, stop saying it. Stop saying it. Stop saying it. Stop saying it. Because let me tell you something. I promise you, I promise you, to $100 to a glass of buttermilk. You ain't putting in the same work I put in. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. If I'm putting in 15, 16 hours a day and you putting in 5 hours a day, I'm already 10 hours ahead of you. And somebody will say, oh, you got a business. It doesn't matter. I'm like this every day, all day, 7 days a week. Mowing the grass, weed eating, planting the garden, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, doing this. I'm not sitting around twiddling my thumbs, playing with my balls and my white socks while I'm sitting in the driveway smoking. Ain't happening. Yeah, I said it. Woo! I said it. Come get some. I'm in the peach capital of the state. Right on up here and let's talk about it. Promise you. 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 You ain't putting in the same work. You ain't putting in the same work. You ain't doing it. I know for a fact that probably Chris Fisher and Southern Outboy, Square Body, and Metal Arts is probably somewhere we're probably in the same ballpark. The normal work hours in a human being from Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, is 160 work hours. Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, if you hit the clock. That's it. Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, 160 work hours. Right? That's it. If you're working 8 hours a day, you're working 160 hours a week, 160 hours a month. If I work 16 hours a day and I work 7 days a week, I've doubled what you've done. So it's 3-to-1 ratio. Elon Musk said it best. Elon said it best. How do you think that you're going to pass somebody's effort if you're putting in the same amount of work as the man next to you? If you're running 55 mile an hour down the bypass and I'm running 55 mile an hour down the bypass, guess what? We're both running 55 mile an hour down the bypass. You're not winning and I'm not losing. You're not, we're right beside each other. It's just physics. If I'm going to beat you, I'm going to have to do more than you. And do more than you is 2 times more than you. So if you're running 50 and I'm running 50 and I want to get in front of you, I'm going to have to do twice the work. That means I'm going to have to make my car do twice the work to get in front of you. It's common physics, man. It's common physics. I'm going to roll up there one day. Yes, sir, my business don't stop every day. Hey, come on, Square Body. Roll on up here. Roll up here. Right, Jay, the whole reason I took upon myself to learn. Yeah, look, I will help anybody that will help themselves. But what I ain't going to help is when somebody, not just me. I've seen multiple people. Because everybody says we in this little community. That's cool. Everybody's on everybody's stuff and everybody's talking and everybody's whatever. And that's great. 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 But when you have the masses telling somebody to do something, hey, do it this way. This is the way you need to do it to save you money. And then you do it bass-ackwards, and then you get on there, and then you're mad at the world because it didn't work out. And then we all sitting back going, did you tell him to do that? No, I didn't tell him to do that. I didn't tell him to do that. So why in the hell are you mad at us? You did it the way you wanted to do it. And I know people's going to say, well, it's my car, it's my truck. I want to build it my way. I want to do it my way. I want to do this, and it's my build, and I'm going to do it the way I want to. And if you don't like it, whatever. Guess what? Guess what? Turn the damn camera off if you don't want nobody to see it. Turn the camera off. Why video it? There we go again. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Will you do it for a glass of eggnog? No, but I'll do it for a glass of damn buttermilk, though. You got some buttermilk? I love me some buttermilk, man. And probably somebody's going to say, why in the world are you worrying about something that's not even putting money in your pocket? It's not. It's not. It's not. You can do whatever you want to do. It's not going to hurt my bank account. It's not going to help my bank account. It's not going to make me look any better. And damn, boy, I show you what, I look good. I look good. It ain't gonna help me. And somebody gonna say, oh, stop hating. I'm not hating. I don't have no hate in my heart. I just hate seeing people struggle. You know, there used to be an old saying, you could lead a donkey to water, but you can't make him drink. If you suck on his ass, all you're gonna get is. So, Jay, you just no fun in Pala, Jay. You don't like beets. Jay, you don't like beets. You don't like buttermilk. Jay, what do you like? What do you like, Jay? Do you like cornbread? I know, I just ate this whole jar in here and Jay like to die. Impala Jay, he's about to die. Jay, what do you like? I can eat some cornbread. Okay, so you can eat some cornbread with some whole milk. Okay, great. We got that. Let's check that off. What else do you like, Jay? What else do you like? Do you like kraut and weenies? You like kraut and weenies? And I'm not being provocative, or I'm not being like nothing like that. Do you like sauerkraut and weenies? Do you like that? You think about it, let me tell you. The moral of the story is, I truly want everybody to succeed. I really do. I really do. I want everybody to succeed. But what I don't like is people full of shit. Because I'm invested. I'm invested. And I know I told 87SS that I wasn't going to do it no more. I wasn't going to go to the circus for the clowns. I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it. But I just can't wait till this unboxing and we pull out these 30 spline axles, and then we go to put these 30 spline axles in and they don't go in, and then you want to complain, then you want to bitch and complain that Summit sold you the wrong axles. And I'm going to say, well, you know, last time I checked, I can't take this. Why won't that go in that hole? They said it would go in that hole. It just ain't gonna do it. No. Just ain't gonna do it. You just can't do it. Oh yeah, you just can't do it. It's so sad. And see, I listen. Look, I listen. Let me tell you something. I listen. I listen to everybody's videos. I listen. So when you say, hey, look, I spent $2,500 to do this. I spent $500 to do that. I spent $800 to do that. I got $600 to do that. I done $500 on that. I'm going to do that. Guess what? Jay's adding up in his head. And it's not because I'm being nosy, as I'm a numbers person. I love numbers. I figured up how much rain falls on 1 square acre if we get 1 inch of rain. I've asked this before. If it rains 1 inch of rain on 1 square acre, and it rains 1 inch of rain, how much rain did we get? Everybody's gonna say, we got 1 inch of rain. No, we didn't. Yeah, man, the weatherman said we got 1 inch of rain. Okay, we got 1 inch of rain. How much rain did we get on a 1 acre square? So if this was an acre, if you had a 1 acre square, that's a rectangle, a 1 acre square, and it rained 1 inch of rain, how much rain did it land on the ground? It was 1 inch, Jeremy. It was 1 inch, man. The weatherman said it was 1 inch. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was more than 1 inch. You got to do length times width times depth. Then you got to divide it by 231. Then you got to get the coefficient of that to figure out how many gallons of water actually landed on a square acre. That's where my brain goes. That's where my brain goes. This man got a headache every day. He thinks too much. This is where my brain goes. So when you drop numbers on there on how much money you've spent, I've been doing this forever. I know how much money you spent. I can see it. I'm in this world. I'm just telling you this. The money that you have spent and wasted on your car, should have brought it to the Peach Capital. You'd have been driving it. You'd have been driving your car. And I'd have been drinking beet juice. Elko, you a daggone. Elko, you funny as hell. You funny as hell. No, you ain't even close, Elko. You ain't even close. But I like the E for effort. Elko, E for effort. I appreciate it. It's like pinball machine. Yes, 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 yes. I think way too much. Hey, man, look, let me tell you this, and then let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. I usually go to bed about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay? 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, about usually when I go to bed. I'm back up no later than 5:30 at the latest. And I'm out here in the shop by 6. 27,000 gallons, plus or minus. Depending, like somebody said, it depends on how long it started raining. There's a lot of factors involved, but formulas like 27 to 30. It's like 27,000 to 32,000 gallons of water will fall on a 1 square acre at 1 inch of rain. So you got, like, let's just say, let's split the difference. 30,000 gallons of water hits the ground. I figured up how much water run off my roof line. So I would know how much water run off my roof, so I know how much it would fill up the tanks. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. Hold on a second. Can I see the number? Casey, can I see the number behind you? Yeah. Yep, you sure can. Hold on, I'm just going around here. Oh yeah, but what I was gonna say, Chris, is this right here. I'm gonna see if this phone charger will work. Apparently, I've been running my mouth too long. Oh yeah, we got power now. So, but I got that light in my face. So here's the thing. Here's the worst parts, Chris. When I do go to sleep, I don't go to sleep. I'll be laying there, and all of a sudden, let's say I sleep with it, and oh shit. I'll figure out something that I've been working all night. I'll get up, put my clothes back on, and come back out in the shop. My wife will say, "Where in the hell are you going?" I said, "I got some Pam. I need to put some Pam on it." Yeah. It's worse. I did a brain scan one time. I did go to the doctor one time, do a brain scan, and they scanned me. And long story short, go in there, and the doctor had like 4 images of 4 brains. Sleep and stuff like that. Did a sleep study on me, and he had one brain that was like completely REM sleep. If you don't know what that is, you have to look it up on Google. REM sleep, and then you got one that's like in the synapse where it's just complete whatever, and then you got one that's like driving a car or something or whatever, and then you got one that's being chased by a bear or something, and then you got mine, all right? So he didn't tell me that. He said, which one looks the same, which one, and I said, well, that one and that one kind of looks together. You see all the firing going off. He's like, yep. So he went through there and he said, you see this brain right here? This brain's in sleep. This is REM sleep. This is where you're supposed to be between 2 and 6 o'clock in the morning, blah, blah, blah. This one right here is somebody working at a desk, doing this, doing that, whatever. This is somebody driving a car, blah, blah, blah. This one right here is a person getting chased by a bear or doing something like scared, flight or fight, right? I was like, yeah. And he said, and then you got this one. I was like, yeah. I said, that's me. And he's like, yeah. So at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm asleep, my mind is like fight or flight. It looks like I'm being chased by a bear. So I don't never go to sleep. What's up, Cars in the Cut? I don't never go to sleep. I mean, I'm asleep, but I'm not asleep. Like the slightest little thing, the slightest damn thing, I'm up. Like, I'm up. I tell you this right here. I tried to seal my house when I built my house as best I could, right? As best I could. So I'm laying in the bed and everybody has mice. And if somebody says, oh, you got bugs, everybody's got mice and rodents. Because if you didn't have mice and rodents, you wouldn't have damn pest control, right? So I'm laying there in the bed and I hear squeak. I hear squeak, squeak, like a squeak, squeak, squeak. And I'm like, so I get up and I'm listening. So I go in there and I sit down and I sit in the dark and I listen and I hear this like rustling, squeaking. I'm like, I got a fucking mouse. I can hear him. I'm like, okay, I'm all right. So I get in the hallway, right? I get in the hallway. I turn the nightlight on. I turn a nightlight on in the corridor, right? I take a piece of crackers, like an orange saltine crackers or something, like Lance crackers, and put it on the floor. And I sit back in the shadows, just sitting there, waiting. Just sitting there waiting. And all of a sudden, he comes across the hardwood floor, runs over there, little bitty sun gun, little bitty mouse, about that big. And I was like, oh, I got you, you son of a gun. Come back over there, put a little bit of there. Same thing, come over. I said, oh, okay, I got you. Got these sticky strips, right? Got these sticky strips. The sticky strips are white. The tile in my kitchen is white, or it's like an opaque white. So I take and put the cookie crumb in the middle and put the damn sticky tape around it. So that son of a bitch has to get through the sticky tape to get to the cracker. This son of a gun, you thought he was at the Olympics doing the long jump. He jumped over it, got the damn piece of cracker, jumped back out. I said, oh, hell no. No. I got you now. So this is what I did. I took a piece of sticky tape. I took a piece of two-sided sticky tape. Now, somebody's going to say, why didn't you just get a rat trap? I didn't have a rat trap. I had to use what I had. I got some two-sided 3M sticky tape. And I two-sided sticky tape. Not in my house. Not in my house. But yeah, I took some two-sided sticky tape. Stuck that cracker to that two-sided 3M sticky tape to my towel and put the sticky stuff back around it, right? Sat back down. I waited. That sun gun come in. Old beady little eyes, little tail. Right? And he jumped. And when he jumped, he grabbed the cracker. When he grabbed the cracker, little bitty cracker, when he grabbed the cracker wasn't going nowhere because I had that son of a gun glued with the wide two-sided sticky tape, right? And apparently when he grabbed it, his little hand got stuck on that 3M sticky tape and he started squeaking. Let me tell you something. I got to go over here because I got to put this down. So he's sitting there, right? He's sitting there, that little mouse. He jumped over the little perimeter. He grabs that cracker. When he grabs that cracker, the sticky tape on the floor was wide enough. He must have got his little paw stuck in. He was like, doing like that right there. I was standing in the shadows. I had the broom. I smashed that son of a gun like a smash burger, like Cars in the Cut was cooking the other night. He looked like a daggone smash burger from the Demolition Man. He was laying there like, don't be squeaking in my house, you sons of gun. He should have stayed in the house of the nymph. And nobody probably don't even know what that is. He was a rat burger on the floor. You want to talk about my wife was mad as hell. She come in there and she said, what in the hell are you doing? The youngins are asleep. I said, you didn't hear that rat? She said, all I heard was you hitting the floor. I said, look at him. She said, I just mopped the floor. I said, well, his ass is mashed. He looks like a smash burger from the Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes and Sly. She said, get that shit up and get some disinfectant and clean that up and stop doing that shit. What's wrong with you? And I was like, she said, there's rat traps in the cabinet. And I said, I didn't know there's no rat traps in the cabinet. She said, yeah, Grandma gave me some the other day. I told her I seen a mouse running across the thing and she gave me some traps and I said, well, communication is a wonderful damn thing because Tulu just had it on the TV the other night. Communication. You should have told me we had some damn rat traps. I had flashbacks in here, man. I thought I was in recon mode. I had to get this son of a bitch because he was little beady-eyed little bastards over there in the corner. Ain't no telling what he was doing. But yeah, mashed him flat. Looked like a smash burger. So I scraped his little ass up, cleaned the floor up, got all my damn booby traps up, cleaned the floor with a damn disinfectant. Well, hell, now I'm up. I can't go to bed now. Might as well go out in the shop and do something. Come out here in the shop, start building shit. That is a day in Jay's life. So, I'm not mad at nobody, and if you made it all the way to the very end of this, we've been on here for 106 minutes, and I greatly appreciate it. And let me say this. I'm not mad at nobody. And y'all think that's something? That is like 2% of the adventures of me during the day. I got banned on Facebook for 90 days for rats at 100 yards with my 10-20. I got a 10-22 Ruger, custom built. I was exterminating rats up the dirt road at 100 yards, rats. And I was on Facebook Live doing it. I got banned for like 90 days for that shit. So, and I was on my outdoor channel doing that. So apparently you can't do that to rats. Can't do that to rats. So let me say this. Everybody that stayed this long, I greatly appreciate you. I know I was getting that off of my chest, and it felt like all this pressure. Must have been all them pork rinds I eat. Jay, stop. Damn it, boy, stop. Listen to me. On a serious note, I'm not mad at nobody, I promise you. I want everybody to win. I promise you. I'm not mad at nobody. I don't have no hate in my heart for nobody. I don't have no malice in my heart for nobody. I really, 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 really want everybody to win. And I do not say that to be malice or narcissistic or anything like that. I truly, truly want everybody to win. But what really bothers me is when people ask for help and you're taking advice from people that couldn't whoop their ass out of a wet sack with a tore hole in the back of it. Jay, you picked it up. Jay is the winner. Impala Jay is the winner. I do not have no hate in my heart whatsoever. I promise you. If you think I got hate in my heart, just ask 84 Cuddy what I did for 84 Cuddy. Just ask him. Ask my man 84 Cuddy what I did for him. I have no hate in my heart, I promise you. I have none whatsoever, none. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to succeed. But what I do dislike is when people ask for help and they're asking help. Let's put it to you like this. Last thing I'm going to tell you. If you're in school, let's go higher education, learning, education, college, military, whatever, and you have a duty assignment, and your duty assignment is to gather intel or gather information to either write a book or write a paper or gather intel to do something. You want to get the intel from the most credible sources out there. Whether you're in the military, you're in business, you're in school writing a paper, you want to get the most credible sources that you can get. Then you want to check those sources to make sure those sources are credible. Because there is a lot of information out there on the Wild Wild Web that is flooded, that is a lot of information that is bullshit and is garbage. It's garbage. So if you're in school or if you're in military, if you got all that shit going on and you don't do your due diligence, and if you're a prior military and you are running on bad information and you're spreading bad information, you need to be... Because if you're running on bad information and you give bad information, then the people that think that you have good information and you're spreading bad information, therefore you're spreading that bad information, you have just infected or you have transpired bad information to multiple people. And that's bad. If you was in a military complex If you was in a military complex and you was overseas and you was doing maneuvers and you give your team bad information, bad logistics, bad information, guess what? You have just fucking ruined the whole mission with bad information. You have to double, triple, quadruple, magnitude check that 100% before you start spewing that shit out. If you go to school, high school, you had to go to high school, you had to write a paper, and you cite bad information, then you're going to get an F for flunking on your paper. Because you use bad information. You have bad resources. You have to cite your resources. You have to put it down there at the bottom. I got this from such and such, such and such. That's how that works. YouTube and social media and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff and Twitter and all that stuff, it's great. It's great, but it's also bad. I can look at anything and find the good and the bad in it. Yeah, I don't. I'm sorry. I apologize if I hurt somebody's feelings. You need to double check your information. If somebody tells me something, I don't relay that until I confirm that that's right. If somebody gives me information and I confirm that's right, and then I find out later, let's say Cars in the Cut or Chris Fisher says, hey, Jay, you said something a couple weeks ago, and this is what I found out. And I'm like, oh, crap, really? Then that means I was running on old information. I was running on old intel. That means I didn't do my due diligence before I opened my mouth. And I will come back and I will redact that and I say, hey, look, check this out. A couple weeks ago, I said you could do this, but I found out through some information through Chris Fisher or whoever. I'll give them credit and say, hey, look, they told me that there's a new memorandum that came out, or there's a new piece sheet, or is there something, whatever. They come out and they've updated the system. And they said, hey, you can't do this no more. We have found out through trial and error and the complaints, this is what it is. So here's the new information. I have done that multiple times with information that if somebody shares something with me and tells me, hey, I screwed up or I said something wrong, I was like, really? Now I'm going like, really? I don't think I did. And then I'm like, well, let me double check on that and I'll get back to you. And then I'll go back and say, well, shit, I was running on old information. Old information. There's nothing wrong with that if you come back and admit to say, hey, dude, I screwed up. I give you wrong information. But in this world right here, it's not as crucial if you was in the military and you give bad information and you get somebody killed or you get something done. In this world right here, the only thing you're going to be hurting is your pocket. And this shit's already expensive. I mean, man, I just ordered $4,000 in paint for one vehicle. $4,000 for one vehicle. Just in paint. So, if I can save you money, if somebody out there with some clout, Square Body, Cars in the Cut, Metal Art Garage, the people that's been doing this for their life, we've been doing this shit forever, man. I don't know how many thousands of cars I built. I'm learning every time. When I see somebody coming up like Tulu or 84 Cuddy or somebody, and they're doing something, I was like, hey, dog, don't do that because you're going to waste your money on that. You'd be better off to spend a couple more $100 and do this. I'm really, truly doing that because I want you to save some money. I don't want you to lose your hard-earned money because I promise you, that shit hurts, brother. That shit hurts. You spend $3,000 or $4,000 once a time and you do some $3,000 or $4,000, that's just minor. That's just minor. You do like a $3,000 hit that's wrong. That shit hurts. And if you in the business, guess what? You got to eat that shit. They ain't no, oh man, let me do a redo. You know one reason why I don't, you want me to tell you one reason why I don't finish this car right here? You want me to tell you the reason why? This thing's been to 3 interior shops. Long story. Went to one interior shop and it closed down right at COVID. My car stayed there forever. I go to get my stuff, there's no stuff there. It's gone. All my stuff's gone. So then I find a seat and I take it to another shop. I give them a deposit. They work on it. Guess what? They close down. That is 2 times. That's 2 times I've been hit. Why do you think that I don't want to work on it no more? I got a bad taste in my mouth. And it ain't from damn beet juice and it ain't from buttermilks. It ain't from that. So I'm kind of disheartened in it. And one day I'll finish it. And you know when I'll finish it? Probably when I buy a sewing machine and do my own interior. But that ain't going to happen no time soon. I learn something I never do when I'm working on that. Exactly. We learn every day. Like this car, like OG6, right? I done hydraulics in 1993. In 1993, I done hydraulics in the 90s. I've not done hydraulics since the 90s. There is a lot of shit that's changed since 1990 in hydraulics. There is a lot of shit that's changed. A lot. I like that a lot. Like Jenny said. Jenny said, that's a lot. But guess what? I align myself with people. That know more than me. JoJo from Red Hydraulics. He's from Red Hydraulics. He knows a lot. Elko knows a lot. I understand the concept of it. I understand what's going on. I understand. So you know what I do? I ask questions. Hey, JoJo, this is what I want to do. Hey, JoJo, this is what I want to do. Hey, JoJo, this is what I want to do. But I don't bother the man. I give the man a list of stuff, plus they're doing all the hydraulics. So he already knows that I'm serious because I've already spent some serious paper with him. Serious paper. And I'm talking serious. So they know I'm not some kind of tire kicker out here. So yes, they're going to give me some information because they just sold me a shitload of hydraulic stuff. A shitload. They don't want to see me fail. They want to see me succeed. So when I say, hey, look, I'm not jumping around to Black Magic or CCI or this or that. I'm not jumping around to multiple companies to ask multiple companies how to do something because you're going to get multiple different answers. No, I don't drink. I'm good. If it's too much for you, Patrick, you know how you got here? That's the same way you can leave. Right? So I stick with one person, Joe from Red's Hydraulics in Compton, California. That's who I stick with. Joe, they do it every single day. They've been doing it for decades. I say, how do you set up? And you know what else he told me? I told him I was going to do S10. I told him I was going to do blazer brake conversion on the G-body. And you know what he told me? We don't do that, bro. I was like, what? He's like, we don't do that. I was like, what do you mean? He said, we use Caprice. I was like, what? He's like, we use Caprice. I was like, what do you mean? 77 to 1998 Caprice, spindles, calipers, rotors, and all that fit right on the G-body. It's heavier duty, got unbreakable ball joints from Napa. That's what we do on the front. It's a better upgrade than doing with the Blazer. No shit. It's like, yeah, appreciate that, man. That's a solid. Thanks for looking out. I look it up. Guess what? All the box Chevy stuff is a whole lot cheaper than the S10 stuff, and I can buy that stuff brand new at the parts store and not have to go to the junkyard and pull nothing out. That's a solid. That's what they use. And then he says if you want to change up the upper and lower ball joints to those power ball joints, you can make it bounce. You can bounce it. You can do a little bit of bouncy. That is what you're supposed to do. He drinks beet juice and buttermilk. So boys and girls, it's been 119 minutes and probably who everybody's been on here for, we're down to 17 and 44 likes. See, the box shit. Yeah, and see, I just found that out, TJ, and I shared it. That right there, and I confirmed it. It's not 5 on 5. What is it though? It's 5 on 4 3/4 though. Ain't it 5 on 4 3/4? What's the bolt pattern, Woody? $120. Lord have mercy, $120. You got to. It's big shit. It's big 5. Oh, it's the big 5. Well, if that's the Yeah. Right there. So it's the big 5. Elko's right. If you're running true knockoffs, you're running the plate that actually bolts to the thing in there, and you're running true knockoffs. So it's not really going to matter anyway because you're running true knockoffs. If you wasn't, Yeah, 5 on 4 3/4. Yeah. Yeah, G-body's 5. Yeah, because it's the same as everything. Camaro, S10, all that's the same, 5 on 3/4. That's right, Tulu. So, yeah. So wood, if it is 5 on 5, it's not really going to matter if you're running knockoffs. Because the knockoffs, you bolt the thing on there and then you got knockoffs. But that is a good thing. It is a big 5. So, anyways, boys and girls, I appreciate every single one of you. I promise you. I hadn't been on live in a long time, this long. And again, I am not mad, and I am waiting up there, Universal adapter for knockoffs. Yes, deluxe wheels comes with, well, they don't come with, they're extra. I think it's like $450 to get the knockoff, to make them knockoffs. And I'm running knockoffs. You got to run knockoffs if you're running wires. You should do a video and put knocks on people. Yeah, Elko, that's crazy. All right, boys and girls, I appreciate every single one of you. I'm glad everybody stayed this long. If you tapped in this long time, I promise you I'm not mad at nobody. I was just venting. If you want to blow your money, blow your money. If you want to blow your money, blow your money. If you want to blow your money, blow your money. I don't care. But don't get on YouTube asking questions and then get answers and then get mad. And then don't get on YouTube and complain that you wasted all your money because you listened to people that didn't know what they was talking about. Do your research, do your citation, and I ain't talking about a ticket. Do your citation, do your research, check everybody's credentials. If you're taking advice from somebody that can't even do nothing, that has never built a vehicle, I suggest you not take advice from people that's never built vehicles before. Because you ever seen that nursery rhyme, 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice. Where did they go? 3 blind mice. The blind can't lead the blind. But the circus always needs clowns. Yeah, I said it. I got credentials. I got the credit. I got the credentials. I got the receipts. I got the paper. Check the resume. Check it. If you want to bring it, bring it. But I promise you, you don't want to bring it. Come on, let go. Remember what I said, boys and girls? Not today. Apparently not today, Jay. You didn't listen to what you said. But let me say it anyway. Remember what I said, boys and girls? Don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first, let loose and drag. Check your scalp. I'm out.